Radio Rahim.
Jeandra, LeBeauf.
We're at 20th Century Fox, just walked out of The Martian. I saw the commercials, and to me it looked like maybe just a castaway on another planet. But now that I've seen the film, it's actually much better than that. And I kind of dug Castaway, but this, in my opinion, was better. This is about a dude who finds himself in peril. Of course, I'm not going to give you any spoiler alert, so broad strokes here. He's finds himself in peril. Obviously, he's an astronaut. He's in another world, literally. And this is like what happens if you are faced with this kind of dilemma. Can you get home? What do you do if you don't believe that you're going to survive? What is your responsibility to the program? What kind of mental stability do you have? And what are your colleagues, your other astronauts, willing to do to save you? I think you can pick that up from the commercial, so I'm not giving too much away. Right. What I don't like about most movies like this, like I say, the lowlights, is they get pretty corny. People start doing things that are unimaginable. The technology that is necessary, like I'm assuming within 48 hours of the movie actually hitting the public, there's going to be all kind of nerd sites popping up on what's actually possible, what's technically not possible. I have no idea what is possible or not technically possible based on your NASA experience and technology and science, and that's not my thing. I know people, and I am encouraged that maybe the kind of people that exist in this movie exist in real life. I hope that out there, the kind of people that had to come together and make this happen from beginning, middle, and end, the way that it did, or the way it was portrayed in the movie, are actually walking this earth, and maybe I will be fortunate enough in my life to meet at least one of them, because that's the kind of homie you want. Right. The kind of homies you have in this movie are the kind of homies you want to roll with. I hope we never get put to the test as squad, but if we do, this is how we need to come together. And my other highlight is that not only did they portray the human spirit as something that was, really well constructed now, that we actually care about each other and we're willing to sacrifice for each other, but it wasn't just the Caucasian human spirit. Like, this movie, I feel like, went a long way to incorporate different cultures, even different nations, and the solution of what ultimately happened. The kind of people that they portrayed were not caricatures, they weren't stereotypes. We had black people, Asians, Latinos, obviously Caucasians, but they were working together and their race was incidental. No, these huge stereotypes that sometimes we see in these films, no goofy stuff. It was really incidental, but noticeable, because obviously I'm looking for that kind of thing, and that gives you a super thumbs up. Like, that makes your movie extra dope if you can cast it in a way that looks like America. I don't know if NASA actually looks that way. I know that there are smart people from every background and every culture and every nation, but a lot of times we don't see that in the films. So seeing that in this film and knowing that these people were actually able to portray who they are and where they're from without it being about that, dope.
Yes, I agree. It was such a beautiful story of the triumph of the human spirit, what we're capable of under duress and unforeseen circumstances, the ability to pick yourself back up, to try again. And there are people who are willing to put themselves out on the line to support you and help you and come to your aid. Like Rahim, same kind of thing. I would hope my friends would take me to the airport. But these people, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it's an amazing story of perseverance, of people working for a common goal. Even if they didn't always have the same approach, they made it to that common goal, and what happens at the end, I guess you'll have to tune in and find out.
But you need to see it in 3D. I saw it in 3D. Spend the extra dough. If you're not going to do that, wait for it to come on HBO, because there's no point in spending $17. Go ahead and spend $23. Put those glasses on, because this movie was shot to be watched in 3D. So the visual is as good as the theatrical, the acting. You got to see it from both sides, and it's a wonderful experience. It's just over 2 hours, like 2:20, which is, to me, a long movie. Hard for me to sit through something like that. But the way that these people put this performance together, and then the visual effects, amazing. It actually kind of flies by, which is not something I'm accustomed to saying. I want something that's like 90 minutes and I'm out. Right. So for me to sit for 22 hours and 20 minutes, this had to be dope, and it was.